Hey everybody, Will Brumbach here with another tutorial on using SoundTrap. Now today what we're going to do is we're going to build a song using loops. So we're going to add some drums, we're going to add some bass, we're going to add some fun flurries on top, okay? So let's start with the browse loops. So let's all take our cursor, going to the browse loops right here. Alright, and now what we're going to do is we're going to click on beats. And then we're going to click on, let's say, we want to do some hip hop. We want to do some hip hop today, okay? So what you want to do when you do this is you can kind of preview what these loops are. So you see this play button right here? All right? You can play it like this. And that's already kind of like a cool beat. So let's do that. Now you'll notice these little music notes right here. And you'll notice these little lines here. Now these music notes, what they mean is they're a MIDI track, okay? And these are an audio track. A MIDI track you can change. You can change the notes and the timing. An audio track, you can't really change the notes. You kind of can, but you don't have as much flexibility. So, but we're gonna go over all that with the MIDI and the audio and stuff later. So, let's do this. Now, you'll see it says full, tops, hi-hat, kick, and snare. The full that's the full beat. Okay. Now the tops is just like the snare and the hi-hat. Alright, and you just have the hi-hat. And the kick and the snare. Now it's totally up to you, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with the kick and snare, and I'm going to drag that over here. Okay? Now you'll notice that it just starts playing and already puts it in for 8 measures. Now you may ask, what's that high clicking sound? That's the metronome. So we're going to turn that off. Now it keeps repeating. That's because we have the loop function on, and we're going to leave that on for right now. If you turn it off, you'll see that it just stops momentarily. So this is great if you just want to keep looping it so that you can keep making decisions, okay? So we're going to stop, and now what we're going to do is we're going to add some flair. So we have the kick and the snare. Let's throw the hi-hat on top of that in the last 4 measures like this. All right. Now again, we're just making this short so that I can kind of show you guys how to do this, but let's see. Let's see what that sounds like now. Oh, that's kind of cool. All right, now what I want to do, oh yeah, a nifty tool is you can hit spacebar to start and stop. Real handy, real nifty. Now what if I want to turn that hi-hat up, okay? Let's go over here to volume. Let's just turn that up a little bit and go to here. Cool. All right, so we got our drums. Now, for the sake of time, I'm going to kind of go through this a little quicker than I normally would. Let's add some bass. So let's delete that. Now let's go to bass, and let's go to hip hop. All right, and let's scroll down here. What's bright wah? That's cool. Alright, that's some cool stuff. And you see we've got all kinds of things down here. What's this one? And it's kind of cool. What you probably should do is kind of like experiment and try these out. Bass hip hop. That's cool. Alright, we're going to throw that in here. And again, it's going to create another track. Alright, but I don't know if I want it to really start from the beginning because I want to layer stuff in. So let's have it start from measure 4. And so what you're going to do is bring your mouse over here and then take it to drag it to measure 4. Now let's listen to that. Okay, cool. So that works. Now what we want to do is we're going to want to throw something else on top of that. But you know what, actually first, I think the bass could actually get a little bit more volume. All right. So now let's throw something else on top of that. So maybe some keys would be really cool. So let's go to piano, hit on hip hop again. Now you don't have to mesh the styles, but chances are they'll probably work out better if you do. Let's check out some of this vinyl piano stuff. Oh, that's kind of cool. Let's throw that in here. Alright, see, now you'll notice that this has blocks right here, and these have the lines. These are both audio tracks, and these are both MIDI tracks. Now, to kind of show you, give you a little bit more clarification on what the difference is, I'm going to click here, go to piano roll, and you'll see you can adjust all the notes for the MIDI tracks because MIDIs are something called virtual instruments. Virtual instruments are electronic instruments in the computer that you can control with this stuff. Audio is already pre-recorded, so you can't really change it. So let's see what this sounds like. Okay, cool. So, you know what? I think that bass should come in when the hi-hat does. So I'm going to take that thing and drag it right. Oh, it won't let me drag. Huh. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take it and I'm going to move it. And I'm going to take that loop and then boom. So now let's see what that sounds like. Cool. Now you can experiment by, let's say I don't want the drums to come in. Let's take the drums out the first 2 measures. Cool. Alright guys, that's the basics of how you make a song with loops. Now you can do all kinds of stuff, like you see these different styles. Delete that. So we've got these different styles here. We got the R&B, we got hip hop, you got some pop, rock, EDM, jazz, all kinds of cool things you can do. So what I would recommend is stick to a style and just use that to help guide you so you don't get too confused. Bring the loops in, make different sections. Like you can expand this stuff out like this. You can, let's say like we wanted to bring this in later. You can move it over here, okay? All kinds of things. So just experiment with like what the different loops sound like and the functions and the volume button. And that's going to give you a great foundation to starting to use this program, okay? All right, guys, have a lot of fun, and I'm going to catch you next time.